your guide to unforgettable Disney family adventures.
I need this guide.
You need this guide. Everybody needs this guide.
You know, I don't think some people think they need the guide, but you know what? When you're going on a family trip, the mistake we often make sometimes is trying to maximize time, which you want to do because you're spending a lot of money. You're going to Universal or Disney or wherever you're going, and you want to maximize the time you get to do things compared to the money you spend. But sometimes you end up leaving that trip and not really experiencing anything.
Or feeling frustrated that you didn't know certain things, or you look around and you think that everybody knows what's going on except you.
Yeah, and you think you need to do more, but sometimes less is more. There's that old saying that less is more, and even comes to when you go on these vacations. Sometimes when you do less, you get to immerse yourself and experience more and remember it later.
That's true. But
instead of it being all a blur.
Very, very true. You don't need a vacation from your Walt Disney World vacation at the end. Is that what you were saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that is the key. And this is why we started this channel. We started the podcast. If you're not listening to our podcast, what are you waiting for?
Link below, by the way, if you want to check out the podcast on iTunes or Spotify.
Just so that everybody can really feel what we're talking about. And it's really just to enhance your experience as much as possible when you're visiting these parks and wanting to go. And then also when you do visit, you don't leave feeling like you are drained or you need a vacation from going on vacation.
So here's some of your best tips. And by yours, I mean yours.
Yeah.
Best tips for kind of creating those memories that your kids will remember when they get older.
Emphasis on
good memories.
Yes, great memories, we hope. But before you set foot in Walt Disney World, it's known that you need to have some kind of guide or plan. Doesn't have to be a strict plan, but this way it helps you decide what attractions, what restaurants, what you want to try, which parks you want to explore. You can get together with the family and go over this together before you decide that you actually are going. It really not only maximizes your time while you're there, but it also provides you with that kind of sense of relief and pressure because let's face it, Walt Disney World and the theme parks can be like a high sensory environment and not everybody
thrives in that.
Yes.
I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I need a little bit of a break. And I think it's important too to think about what kind of person you are or what kind of family you have. And it's okay to be different than everybody else. Sometimes people are extreme planners and they get anxious if they don't have every minute tracked. Yeah. Or you could be the complete opposite. And you know what? You get anxious if you're overly planned and you kind of want to just be able to go with the flow. Or maybe you're a little bit of both.
Yeah, bit of both. That's it.
As they say in Guardians of the Galaxy.
All right. Well, the next one is participate in special events. I'm huge on this lately, but while you're in the planning stages, check out the special events that might be happening around your visit. So you can go from holiday parties to the festivals, and these events can just be a great way to add that extra magic to your family.
I'm all in on the Christmas party and the Halloween party at Disney World now.
The parties are awesome.
Don't look at the time, because sometimes you look at the time and you look at the ticket price and you're like, wow, I can only get into the park from, 5 or 6, and then the party starts at 7 and it's only till midnight. And you may think to yourself, wow, I'm paying so much money for that ticket.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of time versus a regular day at the park where it could be 12 hours. Don't look at that.
Yeah.
Because you can do so much more in that 5 hour. Don't even look at it.
Don't look at it.
Don't take that into consideration.
Yeah.
Listen to this podcast and take what we're saying into consideration, because you can get so much more in that 5 hours in a leisurely way than you can sometimes in a 12-hour busy day at Magic Kingdom.
Agreed.
And I was like, you know what? From now on, I am only going to Magic Kingdom during those holiday seasons.
You said that, yeah, the last
if
time.
I go to one of these events. Like, that's going to be my Magic Kingdom day.
Okay.
I love them.
Yeah, that's great. And in Epcot, they have one of my favorites, the Festival of Arts.
I thought you were going to say food and wine for a second.
That's a fun favorite for many, but mine is this Festival of Arts. I love all things Figment and getting to see all the artwork at the park. It's just a really great way to enhance your adventure with your family.
Yeah, so if you had to pick one of your favorite festivals, is Festival of the Arts the favorite of Epcot?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't think listen, I'm a dude, right?
Are you?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But I didn't think I was going to like this one, and I went and I was like, you know what? I actually enjoyed it. Yeah. I love seeing them draw the characters in while you're watching them.
Or like the 3D, or it looks like 4D in a way, their chalk artwork on the ground.
I was like, wow, it was impressive. And it's something else to do versus doing the same thing every time you go to Epcot.
Yeah, it plus ones it just adds that a little extra flair that you think Epcot should always have, but especially now where it's still undergoing its transformation and things aren't exactly the way they are going to look like in the future. I think it just adds that extra layer that is missing.
And a bonus for Epcot festivals is it's not an extra ticketed event.
Right.
So unlike the Christmas party or the Halloween party at Magic Kingdom, you don't need a separate ticket. You can just kind of go during the day and enjoy whatever they have.
All right, next one is capture your memories. Disney makes this really easy by offering a paid service. A lot of people know about the Memory Maker where they take and store your photos, but you can get creative where I like to do and just add some Disney themed stuff to your day. Wear Disney attire, bring Mickey ears, bring along a scrapbook or a journal to keep those memories. Even kids that are just beginning to read or write can do this, and it's super fun. I promise you, when you look back on this when they're older, you're going to love it. It's a super cute keepsake memento.
I go back and forth on this because part of me thinks, you know what? You don't want to be sitting there with your camera the whole time recording video because you want to enjoy the moment. And sometimes you overdo it. And I don't mean you particularly, but people.
Fine if I'm being called out.
People overdo their camera use, and they want to take photos and videos of everything.
Yeah.
In the moment, I think to myself, wow, that's like, you don't want to do that. But then when I'm home after we've done it and you get to go back and watch those videos and see those photos, I'm appreciative of the fact that you did it. But I think there has to be a balance.
Definitely. I mean, for sure, you don't want to, first of all, take up the space of other guests and really get in their way.
Or if you have kids, sometimes your kids don't want to do it and you're like, I won't make them do it. Yeah. Make them do a couple of them.
Just force them.
You know, make them do a couple, but you don't have to make them do them all.
Said like a dad that has teenage daughters.
Right? I do, yeah, for sure.
But I really like having photos to look back on. I love adding to the photos by having some kind of Disney themed attire. Kind of puts everybody in a better mood too when they're kind of Disney into it completely from head to toe, but especially just capturing the memories doesn't necessarily have to be photos. It can literally just be a notebook that you buy, a cheap dollar notebook, and just have your kids, if they're not ready to write yet, they could draw what they think is what they had a day, what they thought their day was about. To me, that's super special because now our kids are teenagers. And when I look back to some of the things that they wrote when they were 8, 9 years old, it's really adorable.
Can I just break in here and say this video podcast is brought to you by the one and only original Unlocking the Magic Club UTM.
All right. I love that.
Shout out to Club UTM members. We love you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us inside clubutm.co. If you want a community of great Disney folks that are positive, upbeat, and share great tips and information, head over to clubutm.co. There's a couple different tiers you can join, whichever one you want to join. Support the podcast, support the YouTube channel, and just have a lot of fun inside the club.
Yeah, we have so much fun. You guys are such a great group in there. We're all positive, and it's just a really great way to escape and a place to hang.
Yeah, very much so.
All right, next one. I love doing this. Explore the resorts. Resort exploring, or what Bruce and I like to say, resort hopping, is just an inexpensive way to immerse yourself in that infamous Disney World bubble.
It's a little harder to do that than it used to be, but it's still possible. And if you want to, what you can do is just make a reservation at one of the restaurants for lunch or early dinner. And that way you get into the resort and then you can kind of explore. Because sometimes you want to check out the resort before you actually plunk down your hard-earned cash to stay there.
Well, I agree with you 100%. But for me, part of the adventure is actually hopping on the good old-fashioned way by going to the Disney transportation. You're not going to be able to go from resort to resort with a bus, but you can kind of coordinate a way where you can navigate the free transportation. And to me, that's part of the experience. A lot of the Disney transportation nowadays is it's like an attraction on its own, whether it's the monorail.
We should do like not a treasure hunt, but like a scavenger hunt where we try to get to every resort using only Disney transportation. Like you park at Disney Springs.
Yeah.
And you say, all right, the challenge is we got to visit every Disney resort today, but we can't come back to the car. We have to use only Disney transportation, and this is how we have to do it.
I like it. It's part of the fun. Grab a snack at some of the resorts. I think it's just the best way to be able to see all the beautiful grounds, see all these amazing resort themes and their lobbies and their shops. It's just fun enhancement to your family vacation.
Well, the next one kind of goes to what I just said. I mean, that's not necessarily a scavenger hunt, but it's something that's fun and you got to do and figure out.
Well, you can put this as part of your resort hopping. Did you know that there are over 1,000 hidden Mickeys spread out through Walt Disney World?
I mean, I knew there was a lot of hidden Mickeys. I didn't know exactly how many. Has anybody ever found every single one?
Well, there have been many books written about them. So I think that there are some people that have really tried to capture and get all of the Mickeys that are around. But this is part of what my next thing is. Participate in a scavenger hunt. And if you can make your own, that's super fun. There's many ways that you can go about making your own scavenger hunt, including finding the hidden Mickeys. But there's also some fun in Magic Kingdom, for an example, a pirate's adventure. So there's a cool scavenger hunt right in one of our favorite places, which is Adventureland in Magic Kingdom.
Really?
Ahoy, mateys, and join the interactive hunt for treasures hidden throughout Adventureland because you know what? Captain Jack needs your help.
I've always seen that, but I don't think we've ever participated in it.
Super fun. So when you complete each mission, you'll receive a very special treasure finder card. And after you collect 5, you'll get your hands on the 6th and final card signed by Captain Jack Sparrow himself.
Oh, you don't get a Dole Whip?
You should get a Dole Whip.
You should get a Dole Whip for finishing all this. Come on, Disney. Let's go.
What?
You finish this scavenger hunt, you get a Dole Whip.
Well, here's the thing.
Wait a second. Is it the actual Jack Sparrow?
That's what it says. It says signed by Captain Jack Sparrow himself.
That might be more valid. Can you trade that for a Dole Whip?
Maybe, but this is important to note. There's no fee to participate right now. So let's not add anything that costs any more money.
That's true. Listen, I love when you can do free things at Disney.
All right, next one is make a dinner a special event. Our daughter, I stole this from her because her favorite vacation tradition is to make going out to dinner a special family event.
Yeah, she loves getting dressed up and being fancy and going out for dinner. Even if you're not going to the fanciest of restaurants, still.
Which we usually don't.
No, we definitely don't. But she always loves going back to the hotel room, taking a shower, getting almost like starting your day again.
Yeah.
Getting dressed up, nice and fresh, and then going to dinner. For some reason, she just loves that.
She loves seeing us participate in us and seeing what mom and dad are going to wear. She loves the fact that she gets to wear maybe a special occasion outfit that you normally wouldn't wear going out to eat, whether you're home or wherever in Disney. So that is something that I think is just a simple thing you can do. Yes, it takes some effort to go back to your resort hotel, but it is a special thing you can do. And talk about taking pictures. Once, I'll never forget the time where we went with our whole family and we brought our kids and their cousins, and we all had an off day, which means we didn't go to a park that day. We spent the day at the pool, then we headed over to the resort to change for dinner, and everybody got dressed up, took the monorail, and took pictures right near Epcot. The Spaceship Earth was in the background. We didn't go inside, but it still felt really special, and I have that picture and I'm going to treasure it forever.
Even me as some kind of a grump, people would say,
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily want to do that, but I was grateful that we did it because looking back, like I said, sometimes when you're home and you have a down day, everybody has down days, right? Like you're not motivated and at the top of your game every single day.
For sure.
And when you're planning either a future Disney, sometimes when you have a Disney trip planned out a year in and out, going back and looking at your old ones while you still have a year to go can help you get through that year to get to that next trip.
We'll do a whole nother YouTube show.
We've done that. Like we've put movies on the TV and looked through photos and family albums to kind of help us get through the winter hump.
Yeah, definitely, because it gets cold and dreary here for a very long time, so we need all the help we can get.
That is very much true.
All right, the last one is just make time for relaxation. Just make sure to take some time to simply relax and enjoy. Breathe in that glorious humidity that Bruce talks about a lot. Soak in that sunshine for as long as you can, especially if you're staying on a Disney property. Utilize what they have and spend the day. Have a pool day. Just enjoy yourself and relax. That will refresh yourself so that you can continue to go to the parks and be the best and have the best time.
You know what I also like about staying on Disney property is somebody like me who doesn't necessarily love to relax. I don't love to relax. There's so many things to do, whether it be table tennis or a basketball or tennis itself or swimming in the pool or events that you can do while you're at the resort that makes you feel like you're relaxing without really being the typical relaxing that you think of when someone says relax.
You're not sitting on a poolside chair for hours upon hours, kind of bored, right?
That's what I think. When someone tells me let's go relax, it means I'm going to be bored out of my mind. To me, relaxing just means taking the daily life out of my brain, but still physically doing something.
Gotcha.
And I love the fact that there's places for both of those type of people at Disney resorts.
Yeah.
There's people who can just sit by the pool for 4 or 5 hours.
Me.
Or someone who could sit at the pool for 4 or 5 minutes
Yep.
and then wants to go do something, and that's me.
Yeah, exactly. And have still relax.
Yeah, like that's relaxing to me.
And have like a refreshed kind of.
I don't need to sit down and do nothing. I need to be busy, but I just need to mentally take my mind off of life.
Yeah.
And that's what these resorts allow me to do.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it.
Yeah. So what question of the show? What's your favorite Disney resort? Let's make it easy. Your top 3 Disney resorts to visit in Orlando. What are they? Drop them in the comments below. Again, if you want to check out our podcast, the link for that is below. Club UTM. Love you all who support us inside of Club UTM. You could join that in the link below as well. And we'll see you back here on the next one.